Welcome back for episode 209 of Norm Nathan's Vault of Silliness. I have a confession to make. I do believe last week's episode was misdated, as today's show is almost an exact copy only 2 years later. It's a dumb birthday game from November 23rd, 1995. Last week had the same info, but was dated November 22nd. But, like a Broadway show, the understudies and new audience keeps it fresh, and that applies here. And our title is History Repeats Itself. Here's my standard reminder to keep liking, subscribing, and sharing, and to please consider supporting the show through Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and Castos. Fred and Gladys have kept the Java flowing, and I thank them. To make things just so darn easy, all the links are included in the description box. Let us begin with Jack Hart in a Thanksgiving Day traffic report, with the sponsor being the Christmas tree shops. The players: Jack Hart. Producing and playing in studio for the first time, Michael Cannon, who was 17 when he started at WZLX, or he was currently 17. Either way, he was a young punk kid with a great voice. Scott from Shirley, Michael in Newmarket, New Hampshire, and Jack from Revere. The birthdays. If we recall from last week, Norm's mom was born in Haverhill back in 1903. And according to Norm here, though, there weren't any other notable birthdays, so we play the Dumb Dates game. And these questions will also sound familiar. In what year did the first Jukebox make its debut at the Palais Royale Saloon? In what year did Enrico Caruso make his American debut at the New York Met? That's right, Rigoletto. In what year was the first edition of Life magazine published? And in what year what was considered the first play-by-play football broadcast occur? And in what year did the musical Fiorello open on Broadway? Hang on now, we do have a birthday. Jerry Bach. Episode 209, History Repeats Itself, rewinds its way to your ears in 3, 2, and 1.
Lower deck of Route 93, Tobin Bridge heading into the city, all doing very well right now, as are routes 128, 495, and the Mass Pike. A little later on today, many motorists will be heading towards grandmother's house and beyond. Do watch out for them as they head through the woods. We will see some extra traffic just about everywhere. It'll be like an all-day rush hour. I'm Jack Hart, WBZ 24-hour traffic network. This Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, the Christmas tree shops will be up and at 'em, ready to go at 7 a.m. Will you?
With a very exciting Jack Hart.
Hi.
Hi. You know what we're going to do today? I only have one birthday that we'll guess at. Hardly anybody was born November 23rd. One person who I adored was born November 23rd. And don't cry when I tell you who it was. Mm-hmm. It was my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, my mother was born November 23rd, 1903.
No kidding.
Yeah, she died a few years ago, but she was a very special lady, so November 23rd has that special significance to me. Did you get along with your folks?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping you'd start cursing them and saying nasty things about them, because that really makes kind of nice entertainment.
Well, you see, that's the way I get along with them. I just don't go near them.
Oh, I see. Just stay as far away as you can. No, my mother was a great lady, born in Haverhill on this very day, November 23rd, 1903. She's gone now, so otherwise she probably would, if she's hearing me at all, she's saying, does he have to tell when I was born? Does he have to tell how old I am? But anyway, she was okay. But we don't have too many birthdays, so most of what we're going to guess are events that happened on this date, and I would ask you to guess the year. I know it's kind of different, but it's if in the future you're having children,
try and arrange it.
Yeah, would you please? Because if thinking maybe they'll become well known, we could use a few more for this date. Yesterday we had a ton of people born on November 22nd.
Yeah.
You remember that because you were part of all of this.
I was part of that, and that was just yesterday.
It was just yesterday, as a matter of November 22nd.
Matter of fact, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, but then a day goes by, and suddenly nobody of interest is born, hardly, of any name.
Wow.
Probably a lot of interesting people, but if you want to guess, names like Myron Boskowitz, or people nobody knows, I suppose you could do that. Anyway, have you met Michael Cannon? You know who Michael Cannon is? That name sound familiar to you at all?
Michael Cannon.
Michael Cannon is our producer this very night here at WBZ.
How you feeling, Jack?
I'm much better, thank you.
Were you not feeling well?
Well, no, just a little earlier. I just had a little.
We don't need to go into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you throw up a lot and stuff
No,
like that,
no.
and have to go to the bathroom a lot? We'd like all the details. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting nauseous myself right now. I'll tell you the truth. Do you feel better now?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, much better.
Yeah, because it's Thanksgiving Day. You going to spend it with your family or with anybody special, or just kind of end up with anybody?
I'm going to sit at home with a turkey sandwich. No, actually, I visited. And me and the turkey sandwich are going to watch the parade. But I visited with my mother tonight, and because of everybody's schedule, my family is doing other things, and Monine and I are going to be visiting with her mother tomorrow.
Oh, that's no. Yeah. Oh, you mean today, of course.
Today, yeah.
Yeah, Monine is the special person in your life.
Yes, she is.
That's why I'm lowering my voice in a romantic way when I speak. When you speak a person like that, you do that. You say, she's the special person. You can't say, she's the special person in your life. That's not romantic.
She's the special person in my life. Thank you.
Okay. Does she like the way you do those commercials that you do so silly?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we go out on dates, that's all I do is I just sit there and I say things like, eat a Dunkin' Donuts and fine stuffed donut.
Oh, well, that sounds almost obscene, but I like it. I tell you, it's beginning to turn me on.
Sure.
I still like the one for the airline. Where you say, welcome to our world.
Welcome to our world.
Love the way you do that, where your voice trembles a little bit.
Very moving.
It is moving. It is very moving. This is Michael Cannon, who is our producer, who's been giving you those are the comments.
I see. And is Michael Cannon new to our BZ family?
Yes, he is. Yeah, Michael is only 8 years old, and so as a result, we figure we're starting them out early so that they just we have blind obedience from them. They don't know anything else.
I see. So you got one of those plastic booster seats so we can reach the microphone?
That's right.
Sitting on the yellow pages.
I see.
How you've been in FM, I think, haven't you, Michael?
I worked at a classic rock station for 2 years. I'm 17.
You're 17.
17.
You beat me. I started in this business when I was 18.
I win.
Wow.
You do win. But then again, I made $700 million a year at that point. I made that up. What station was that?
WZLX here in Boston.
Oh, WZLX. What is the nickname for that? Zlix?
Whizlick, something, yeah.
Something like that. Yes. See, FM stations change their call letters and their format usually between, after about 4 commercials. So it's kind of hard to remember. I'm trying to think of what ZLX used to be.
They were HUE for a while. Beautiful music station, long time ago.
Yeah.
They were partners with what is now MEX for several years, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they've been ZLX for about 10 years.
Oh, they've been CLX for that long.
I believe last month was their big 10th anniversary.
At one point, wasn't it either EEI, was it EEI FM back in like the 70s?
What is the frequency? I guess we can figure it out from that.
100.7.
Was that EEI FM?
I think it was. I think so. Either that or where the oldie station is now, or was that BZ?
You see, the crazy thing is, I've been in radio for over half a century, and all that you'll find that difficult because I'm so youthful and up to date and a 90s kind of guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You see? Mm-hmm. A 17-year-old kid even notices that.
You don't know.
Anyway, but I cannot follow these stations. I've been here, I was here before there was even FM, and I really, it's my business to know what's going on. That's really not my business, but I try to follow it. I just can't.
And the thing of it is, even since radio was in black and white, we had WHDH, but not anymore.
No, that makes me feel very badly because HDH was the station that really gave me my first big break. Mm-hmm. And I did the jazz show on HDH and some comedy things, and I loved that station. We were for a while where that was the key station. I mean, bar none, including BZ. I think BZ is the station right now.
Well, when I was a kid, you in the morning time around the house, everybody had a table radio in the kitchen, and you were either a BZ family or an HDH family.
Right, you really listen to Carl DeSouza or Jess Kane. That's right.
I remember Jess Kane.
Yeah. So it's a shame the fact that those call letters don't exist in radio anymore.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. WEEI. I still don't think of them as 850 on the dial. Keep listening with a smile to WEEI. Doesn't make sense. I think the only reason they retained, I still believe the only reason they retained is so they could say WEEI-mus, because that's all they got going for them. I'm getting bitter, aren't I?
You're an angry man. No?
I'm an angry man. Yeah, that doesn't become me because I'm just a gentleman and a 90s guy.
Absolutely.
I suppose a 90s guy's probably an angry guy.
You're in your 90s?
Oh, shut up. Hey, let me introduce you to some other people who are going to play the game. They're probably wondering if we're ever going to get to them. We have Scott, who is in the town of Shirley. Hi, Scott.
Good morning, Norm. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Thank you. A very happy Thanksgiving to you. You got big plans today?
Yes, I do. Going to have go with my family today.
Well, that's really nice. That's nice. Be kind to them and don't start throwing food at them like you do all the time.
Well, not this year. I'll take it easy on them.
Okay. And we have Michael, who's up in New Hampshire. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Norm. Pleasure to talk with you.
Pleasure to talk with you. Where are you in New Hampshire?
I'm in Newmarket.
Newmarket, New Hampshire.
Yeah, do you know it? It's kind of up there on the bay.
Now, whereabouts? Because I sort of know New Hampshire, but I can't quite place Newmarket.
It's north of Portsmouth. We're on the...
Oh, you're not too far north of Portsmouth. You're in the seacoast area of New Hampshire,
exactly,
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You near Kittery, in that general area?
No, kind of between Portsmouth and Durham.
Okay, sure. I know where the University of New Hampshire is. Yeah.
Yep.
No, because as I mentioned, I have my daughter. One of my daughters lives in Portsmouth, and she lived on Newcastle, so I know the area pretty well. And she used to travel up to
She's the one that writes for the paper up here.
You used to do, right, for the Portsmouth Herald.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope today will turn out to be a great day for you and your family. Then.
Well, thanks, Norm.
And we have Jack, who's in Revere. Hi, Jack.
Good evening, Norm.
And what are you doing up at this time of the morning? Are you baking all the food at your home?
We just finished about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, you are actually cooking? You've been doing the cooking? No kidding.
Yep, my wife prepares the night before Thanksgiving, and everybody pitches in, and we get a chance to sleep a little bit later in the morning.
So what do you do, have a cold dinner?
No. We send out for dinner.
I see.
Okay, now would you have a chance to get some sleep before people come into your house?
Oh, sure. They'll be here around 2:00 tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
This afternoon.
Oh, this afternoon, but you'll have a chance to get some sleep then.
Absolutely.
Okay. As you know, the dumb birthday game, and today will be more of the dumb dates game. What we do is, if you get the closest to the correct date and the answers and all that, the one who gets the most correct answers wins a really junky prize, a really worthless, tasteless, valueless something. But it's the spirit that counts, and actually, there's no spirit either, actually, now that I think of it.
So we're all in good spirits tonight.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to have to give you lots of dates. That is, I'll tell you about an event and that happened on November 23rd, which, of course, is today's date. You tell me the year. Because there aren't hardly anybody of any note was born on November 23rd, except my mother and one other person, who I'll tell you about a little bit later. But this was. Let me get all my stuff together here. I try to be organized, but I don't know. One of my charms is that I have no idea what I'm doing, and you'd be surprised how few people think that that's a charm. Isn't that awful? I just had... Wait a minute.
It's like freeform radio. You just don't know where it's going to go. It's a good thing.
I just love that wrapping paper.
Yes.
Norm, take your time. I get until 1 in the afternoon.
Okay. I think WZLX is listening, and they may patent their entire format after confusing... I call it confusing radio.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yes, sir. Here we go. Yes, sir. It was on this date, November 23rd. The first jukebox made its debut in San Francisco at the Palais Royale Saloon. The contraption, devised by Louis Glass, consisted of an Edison tinfoil phonograph with 4 listening tubes. No loudspeakers, just the listening tubes. So you had to put the thing up to your ear like you would earphones now.
Wow.
And also had a coin slot for each tube. A nickel purchased a couple of minutes of music.
Wow. Doesn't that sound like an entertaining night?
That was, yeah. I brought my best bib, put on my best bib and tucker, brought my girl down there. And we listened to, I must have spent close to 20 cents before the night was over. I just went crazy with the jukebox. What year do you think that might have been? That's pretty primitive stuff, that jukebox, as you can tell. I'm going to start with you, Scott. What do you think?
Oh, thanks, Norm. Oh,
Well,
man.
this way, if you blow the whole thing, you don't get the junkie prize, and it doesn't clutter up your house, and you're better off for it.
There you go. 1934.
1934. Okay, what do you think, Michael?
I'm going to go with 1924.
Oh, 1912. Okay, I was actually thinking of Michael, who's up in New Hampshire. We have two Michaels.
I'm sorry.
But you said again 1924?
1924.
Okay, and Michael in New Hampshire, what do you think?
I'll go with 1923.
1923. Jack and Revere, what do you think?
You said it was an Edison, right?
Let
Thomas Edison.
Oh, let me see. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. I said, no, it was devised by Louis Glass.
Or with an Edison cylinder.
Oh, yes, consisted of an Edison tinfoil phonograph. That's right.
Okay.
With 4 listening tubes.
Thomas Edison. So let's say 1947.
1947.
Right after World War II.
That's right, too. They didn't have any jukeboxes, you think, during World War II? So who played, how did they play, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with anyone else but me? Did I hear somebody sleeping?
Well, no, that was the sound of the cylinder going around. What you say? Yeah.
I see. Okay. The bugle boy from Company B, they couldn't play that on the jukebox either. Or they couldn't play Moonlight Serenade by Glenn Miller or any of that stuff because they had no jukebox to play it on.
Or any discs. They just had cylinders up to 19.
That's right, yeah. And you had to listen with the one thing on your earphone. What do you think, Jack?
1905.
And you are the closest. It was actually 1889.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, man. You think, you kids today, this is my best old person's attitude. You kids today, you think nothing happened before you were born. Well, this was a lot of years before you were born. People were still up at, will you stop while I'm talking? Don't cough in my ear.
I'm sorry. No.
You kids have to understand there were things going on and things being created before you were born. That was one of my really good speeches. You can imagine what one of my bad ones sounds like. Okay, here's another date. Golly jeekers, this is a whole lot of fun, isn't it, huh? Enrico Caruso, who was on this date also, November 23rd. Enrico Caruso made his American debut at the Metropolitan Opera House in New York, appearing in Rigoletto. Enrico Caruso! That's an exact imitation of him. That's exactly the way he sounded. And as a result, 2,000 people demanded their money back. Okay, let's start with you, Jack. When did Enrico Caruso make his American debut?
Enrico Caruso. You know, I actually met the man who, the father of modern public relations, of whom Enrico Caruso was his first client, Edward Bernays.
Oh, Ed Bernays, who just died during the past year.
Yep. I met him, actually.
Yeah.
Let me see. Caruso was at the San Francisco earthquake. So I would say...
I want all those of you who are taking part in this game and all those of you listening, if you're wondering about a logical mind, I'd say Jack Hart has about the most logical of anything. And so I want you to follow his reasoning, because this will help you reason things out yourself. Not only now, but in your private life later on, when you're dealing with your family, when you're dealing with people, aggressive people. You know, he's taught me a lot.
The logic of the whole matter.
Okay, just go right ahead, do your reasoning, Jack, and we'll be eavesdropping on your thoughts.
Let's see, something. The thing was in 1906, and if he walked across from New York, how many steps did it take? And the bus driver's name was...
This is more fun, isn't it, than Neil Cheyette's Looking at the Law Live?
It's quite impressive to witness the genius that is Jack Hart.
That is right. That is right.
Absolutely.
The word genius means Jack Hart.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm quite a wit. I used to be in the textile business. I used to be a nitwit. But let's see.
He also occasionally throws in a really raunchy, awful joke.
It all evens out.
Why does Neil Chayat refer to his program as looking at the law live? Since he takes phone calls and gives phone numbers and people call him, would you not assume he was live anyway?
Well, my curiosity is why they call it looking at the law if he's on the radio. That's like
right.
having a magic act on the radio.
Right. It should be hearing.
That's a good point.
Listening to the law live. It should be listening to the law.
Listening to the law.
Neil Chayat looking.
We're waiting, Jack.
I'm sorry. That's right.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's right. We seem to be stalling. That's
You've
because
got a turkey in the oven, Jack.
better hurry up, Jack.
It should be slow roasted.
Never mind your listening to your logic. Just blurt out a number. 1905. Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, that went right through me. I think my belly button just fell on the floor.
My oven door just opened.
Michael Cannon of WBZ fame. What year do you think it was?
I've forgotten the question, but I'll go with 1907.
1907. The question was Caruso's debut in America.
That's right. 1907.
Okay. Jack from Revere, what do you think?
1910.
Jack says 1910. And Michael up in New Hampshire?
Boy, oh boy. I'm going to go with 1920.
1920. What do you think, Scott?
I'll go with 1913.
1913. Okay, this is the magic moment, of course, when we to mention what year it actually was and who won. This is a breathtaking moment. Oh.
What's so nervous?
This is the breathless hush of evening that makes the lonely winter seem long. The year was 1903. Yeah, 1903, and Jack said 1905. So Jack has won 2 out of 2 so far. See, do you understand now what I mean by following the logical mind and adapting it to your own way of thinking in your own life?
Oh, we were trying, Tom, but we went a little high.
You're all a little high.
Yeah.
I see. An A in the year.
We got to go a little lower.
Early.
Okay, no, that's true. Yeah, he was even Jack was a couple of years above. How about Life magazine? Let me see what the question is here. Life magazine. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you would know. The first edition. This is November 23rd. Also, the first edition of Life, the picture magazine created by Henry R. Luce, was published. What was that? What year was Life magazine first published? Jack, what do you think?
Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack and Revere. That's right. We seem to be stuck with the same names for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, pair of Jacks. That's openers.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack and Revere?
First edition of Life.
First edition of Life, yeah.
1952.
1952. Okay, Scott, what do you think?
I'll go with 1946.
1946. Okay, and Michael in New Hampshire.
I'm thinking 1941.
1941. Okay, and Michael Cannon.
About 1934.
1934. And Jack Hart.
1938.
1938. That's interesting. It was 1936. So you and Michael came the closest. Let's see. Michael is 2 years off, and you're 2 years off. Michael said 34, and you said 38, and it's 36 right in the middle of both. So you are the 2 winners. That means you got 3 out of 3 so far, Jack, and Michael's got 1.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the first play-by-play football broadcast? Let's see when I can find fill that in. I got to tell you about the game because it wasn't a commercial kind of.
This is kind of a weird, kind of an odd situation. It's like an early radio, wasn't it?
Yes, very, quite early. November 23rd was the day. The first play-by-play football game broadcast in the United States took place on November 23rd. What year? It was played between the Texas A&M and the University of Texas. Texas. It doesn't say what station or anything. Where that happened? I suppose it's got to be a Texas station, someplace there. Texas A&M beat the University of Texas 7-0. The very first play-by-play football broadcast in the United States. And we'll start with, let's see, Michael up in New Hampshire. What do you think?
Thanks, Norm. Thanks for starting with me. I'm going to go with 1927.
1927. Okay. Jack, what do you think?
Which Jack?
I'm sorry, Jack Hart.
I think it was even before there were what we've come to know as like regular call letters and such. And I'm trying to think
Sorry, I cannot give clues. I just cannot give clues.
What year did Macaroni first broadcast there?
You know, I can't give clues to that either. No, just cannot give clues.
I'm going to say 1921.
1921. Okay. And Jack in Revere, what do you think?
I'll say 1923.
1923. Okay. And Michael Cannon, what do you think?
I'll say 1922.
22. And Scott?
I'll go with 1925.
1925. And again, the magic moment. And I tell you, the actual year was 1919.
Oh,
wow.
1919. That's pretty early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jack said 1921. So there you go. So you're the closest. You were just 2 years off. Everybody was fairly close though, because that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Michael, you said Michael Cannon. You said 22, I think. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Jack said Revere said 23. So you're all very close. But anyway, Jack has got 4 out of 4. You're really sickening. Nobody's going to believe that you're not a plant and that I'm not giving you the answers.
Yes, I'm a philodendron. I'm a plant.
You're a plant. You're the only person I know that has to give 5 explanations for every time you give a one-line joke. See what that means, everybody. I can see you standing up before the audience doing your stand-up in front at the Comedy Connection. Yes, sir, I got more talent. This guy's got more talent in his little finger than he has in his entire body. You see, the reason I said that is, you see, people expect you're going to, when you go on like that, kind of really destroying everything. Here's an actual birthday now. This is Jerry Bach. No, but seriously, folks. Anyway, Jerry Bach. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll give the event first, and which Jerry Bach played a part in. This is again November 23rd. The musical Fiorello, based upon, of course, upon the life of the mayor of New York City, Fiorello LaGuardia. Music was written by Jerry Bach and lyrics by Sheldon Harnick, and starred Tom Bosley as the New York City Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia. It opened on Broadway. Yes, sir, on Broadway. What year would that have been? What year did Fiorello open?
Goodness.
And the next one, by the way, if you want to be thinking about this, is Jerry Bach's birthday. Jerry Bach was born November 23rd also. So he was, he celebrated his birthday by having his show open. It's a good show, too. Very nice. He's on the side of the Angels was one. I've forgotten all the other things. Pretty songs. Somebody ought to do. Somebody must be doing Fiorello somewhere, someplace. But it's really quite a good show.
The Little Flower.
That's right. That's Fiorello, the Little Flower.
I'm very concerned about Jack. He just knows way too much.
Oh, yes. I haven't called upon anybody for the year yet, have I? I haven't done that. Okay, we'll start with, let's see, start with you, Scott. What year do you think Fiorello opened on Broadway?
and you said that was Tom Bosley?
Tom Bosley was the star, yes.
1953.
1953. Okay, Michael in New Hampshire, what do you think?
I'm going to say 1965.
1965. Okay, Jack, the Revere Jack.
1957.
57. Okay, Michael Cannon.
1968.
68. And what do you think, Jack Hart?
19...
Oh, God.
67.
1967. Okay, actually, the year was 1959.
Wow.
The Revere Jacks at 57. So I would say that was the closest of all.
Well, how old was Tom Bosley that he should be playing the mayor in 1959?
105.
Well, not 59. How long ago was it? 69, 79, 89. That's
Nearly
36 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Is that 37 years? 36 years ago.
Yeah.
36 years. Well, I don't know. How old do you think he is now?
You know, for some reason or another, I have a feeling he's like exactly your age.
I think he is. A lot of people say that I sound like him, or he sounds like... No, they wouldn't say he sounds like me.
Well, if you were the same age, you'd sound like each other.
You think people of the same age, guys of the same age, all sound alike? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense at all, there,
no,
Jack.
but, you know, as opposed to, like, if he was older than you, then you would sound like him. If you were older than him, he would sound like you. But if you were the same age, you'd sound like
shut up.
He's not 47.
Although I've had people call and guys come on the air and they say, "Hi, Norm." I say, "Yes." I think I'm an old man and I'm not feeling too well, but I'm kind of lying here in a stupor, kind of sick. But I'd like to just want to say hello. And I say, "Well, how old are you anyway?" Then they tell me their age, and I find it's like 10 years younger than I am.
Well, you know,
I think, oh my God, is that something is wrong with this puzzle?
Well, try this phrase: Richie Joni, that Fonzie character, is a bad influence.
Okay, that's one of his lines. Give me the line again.
Richie Joni, that Fonzie character, is a bad influence.
Richie Joni, that Fonzie character, is a bad influence. Does that sound like him?
Yeah.
Yes, I've never thought. As you know, I do great impersonations of a lot of people. I never thought of adding Tom Bosley to my list. But, you know, I will. He did a tire commercial, too, didn't he, one time? With some tire that it had each person's name on it who built the tire. As long as his name was Firestone or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, today is also the birthday of Jerry Bach, who, again, along with Sheldon Heineck, wrote Fiorello on a number of other shows. He did Gypsy, and I should be able to tell you a lot more. He did a lot of great shows. Jerry Bach. Anyway, today's his birthday, November 23rd. How old? Let's see if I can say this like Tom Bosley would say it. The preceding was an imitation of a cough. It was a simulated cough.
You're good.
Yeah. Anyway, Jerry Bach. I can't think of any lines. Forget it. Just how old is he? Let's start with you, Jack Hart. What do you think?
Jerry Bach.
Jerry Bach.
That would put him about 78.
78. Okay, you said he was about my age. You said that.
Oh,
didn't
no,
you?
no. Tom Bosley.
Oh, Tom Bosley was. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can tell I'm somewhat sensitive in that area.
Jerry Bach is your age in 8 years.
That's right. Yeah, well, I'm not quite 70 yet, but not far enough away from it to make a big fuss over what you just said. I can't believe that I will be 70 in another month. Oh, curses. I think I'll throw myself off the Tobin Bridge. I think it's been done. Anyway, that was in bad taste, wasn't it? Michael Cannon, how old do you think Jerry Bach is today?
Let's go with 67.
67.
67.
67, he says. And Jack in Revere, what do you think?
I'll say 76 now.
76.
That's his parent.
Yeah. I always wait for Jack Hart to add just a little extra remark like that. That's the spirit, stuff like that, which kind of puts a finishing touch on things. Michael in New Hampshire, what do you think?
I'm going to say 75, Norm.
75, okay. And Scott, what do you say?
I'm going to go with 80.
80, okay. Actually, he's 67, which is what Michael Cannon here said. Exactly right on the button. Wow. So that's it. I can't even squeeze out another date or anything for this date. I'd give you dates in advance, except I'm going to be here through next Monday night into Tuesday morning, I think. So, we'd have to start giving birthdays like for next to 1993. Oh, no, we already passed 1993. Our time really flies when you're whipping it up like this, doesn't it? You do lose track of time when you're an old person turning 70. Oh, God. Anyway, so here's the way things shape up. Jack Hart has just walked away with this thing with 4 correct answers. Yeah. Do you have a victory speech you want to make, Jack?
I would like to thank all the little people who stood around me looking little and wondering what was in the dinner that they served us.
That's a wonderful speech.
Thank you.
Beautiful. That is so lovely. That is so lovely. This man can take an ordinary situation and elevate it. He can mobilize the English language and send it forth into battle better than anybody I know. It's kind of funny. You know who first said that about referring to somebody who could mobilize the English language and send it into battle?
Who?
Was Edward R. Murrow. He had a whole series of Columbia Records called Hear It Now. They had excerpts of radio news clips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about Winston Churchill mobilizing the English language. And of course, he did it so beautifully that as Winston Churchill, he made some great speeches. And the other day, I was listening to somebody. I wish I could think of this because this was a direct steal, and it really bothered me. And this guy on the air was saying about somebody mobilizing the English language and sending it forth into battle. I said, you stole that from Edward R. Murrow, damn it. And I can't think of who said that. I was going to reveal him on the air and really blast him. But it was a direct steal. I mean, that's not the kind of line that you accidentally stumble across when you're looking for a phrase, He had to have heard that record, but it came out so long ago, he probably figured nobody is still alive who listened to it at the time. He didn't figure on me. Figure on some old poop they're still hanging around. Anyway, was I saying anything else that was important? No, I was saying that you got 4. Oh, that's right. You just gave a victory speech.
Yeah.
Michael had 2, and Jack had 1. And this was kind of tough. This was unusual because it was mostly dealing with the year that events had taken place. And I thank all of you for taking part in this. Scott, thank you very much. I hope it's a great day for you.
Thank you, Norm. I enjoy listening to you very much.
I enjoyed having talked with you now, and I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Now.
Yeah, bye-bye. And Michael up there in I forgot the name of the town again?
Newmarket.
Newmarket, of course. Newmarket, New Hampshire. Have a great day. I hope everything works out well. I hope you get enough sleep, though, so that you can stay awake during all the events.
Right.
Okay, take care of yourself.
Thanks, Norm.
Bye-bye, Michael. And same for you, Jack. Thank you very much for taking time out to be with us.
Oh, thanks. I enjoy listening to you. We're neighbors. We know each other through your daughter was a friend of a former friend of mine, and
oh, really?
I've met you before.
Which daughter is that?
I'm not.
Is it the older one or the younger one?
Which one begins with the letter S?
Yeah, one is Sonia and one is Sarah.
Sonia.
Oh, Sonia. She's the older one of the 2.
She had an English friend from England. The initials were last name beginning with an M. Maine.
Boy, I'll have to ask her about that.
Diane Maine.
Yeah, that has a familiar sound. I will mention that to Sonia. I will see both of them, both Sonia and Sarah, later on today.
We've met before, and I enjoy listening to you, Norm.
Thanks a million, Jack. Have a happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And the same to you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Well, this is kind of friendly, isn't it, Jack and Michael?
Absolutely.
Just kind of nice. And it's nice to see that he had that your daughter had an English friend from England. I had an English friend once from France.
You see the way one person just takes one person to take everything that's way up here on a high level and really kind of exhilarating and just to drag it right down into the toilet.
That's what I was born to do.
Anyway, Jack, thanks a lot. Fun talking with you.
All right, then.
Okay, we'll talk to you again right after 4 o'clock. I'd check the traffic. I imagine you expect much traffic 5 after 4 Thanksgiving morning?
Well, there are plenty of people that are heading out. They're rushing out to buy like the 24-hour type of stores to buy, like the last bit of stuffing, see if they can get some day-old bread, and many people want to get the jump on the traffic a little later on because it will be like an all-day traffic jam everywhere.
That's good. There's a 24-hour. A big one of those giant pharmacies that's open on my way home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I can pick up there. Maybe some Alka-Seltz or something of that type.
Sure.
You never have too much of that.
You can buy some string to tie up the turkey.
String to tie up the turkey would be good. Yeah.
Buy breath mints or like some antacid stuff.
Breath mints would be good. I think that's terribly important.
Sure. Toothpaste. All kinds of things that you need for your holiday dinner.
Holiday Thanksgiving Day dinner would not be complete without breath mints and toothpaste.
Certainly would.
I've often said that to anybody who listens. Also syringes. I don't know how you can work those in, but
you know what you can do? You can get a jump on your holiday shopping, and you're the rest of the holidays coming up. You can get a jump on it and beat those people because Friday is traditionally the heaviest shopping day in the world.
Of the year.
I don't
know about in the world, but maybe in the world too, but certainly that's true, the heaviest shopping day. And that means that you traffic guys really have a ball that day. You talk about all the shopping malls and how full of cars they are and everything.
Chock full of cars.
Yeah. So people this morning can hit a drugstore.
Yes.
That would be open and to get a day's jump on their shopping.
Everything
for
you need in a 24-hour pharmacy.
That sounds so. I just know somebody I'd like to give maybe a large package of laxatives to. They probably have gift, wrapping paper. You can gift wrap it to with nice ribbons on it.
Put a bow on it. Yep.
Yeah. To the man who has everything but would like to get rid of some of it. Something you could put a. I think I'm getting a little too much. I'm sorry. Okay. Even us guys can go beyond the limit, Anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving, Jack. It's nice to talk with you.
Oh, nice talking to you, and have a happy Thanksgiving yourself.
And you too, Michael. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Well, you don't know if it's always. The first time we've ever worked together was today.
I've actually done the dumb birthday game before.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have.
You must have been in disguise, because I don't remember you from that.
I was a lot younger then. It was about a month and a half ago.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's right. Then you started to shave right after that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm just...
There's no need for comments like that.
No, there's no need. I know there is. God help me. Anyway, take care and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
And a happy Thanksgiving to you too, Uncle Norm. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did producing it for you. Tune in next week for something we haven't done in a while. A classic 32-year-old swell music quiz with a special guest. Closing the vault and leaving this world a little sillier than we found it. For Norm's mom. Remembering like it was yesterday. Myron Boskowitz. Special persons in your life. Silly commercial voiceovers. Welcome to our world. Yellow Pager booster seats. WZLX, WHUE, WMEX, WEEI, WHDH, WBZ. Table radios, Carl DeSuze, Jess Kane. Listening with a smile. Angry Norm. The Dumb Dates game, the Palais Royale Saloon. Sitting under the apple tree during a moonlight serenade with the Bugle Boy. Edward Bernays. Having a logical mind. Eavesdropping on your thoughts. Neil Chayette. Listening to the law. Stalling. Breathtaking magic moments.
This is the breathless hush of evening that makes the lonely winter seem long.
Explaining the jokes, simulated coughs, mobilizing the English language and sending it forth into battle. Edward R. Murrow. Sonia and Sarah Nathan. Dragging the show into the toilet. Turkey ties, breath mints, toothpaste, and syringes. Gift-wrapped laxatives. Moaning Daily, Michael Cannon, traffic nitwit Jack Hart, and that up-to-date 90s kind of guy, Norm Tom Bosley Nathan. I'm Tony Nesbitt.
Put on my best bib and tucker, brought my girl down there. I must have spent close to 20 cents before the night was over. I just went crazy.